Hello Capricorn, welcome to Creators on the Crest. I'm Stephanie and this is your June monthly reading. Today we will be doing a yummy Celtic cross spread and we will close off the reading with a tarot card from the Herbcrafters Tarot for the Capricorn Collective. Do keep in mind these are general readings, so take only what resonates. I recommend checking out your sun, moon, rising, and north node placements for additional context and texture. If you're interested in a personalized reading, I have links in the description below, along with links to my social media platforms. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Creators on the Crest. Okay, Capricorn, let's get started here. I'm going to lay out the cards for this Celtic cross for you today. Very straightforward with me here. All right, Capricorn, it looks like the month of June has some reprieves and some challenges for you. You're starting off with showing up as the Seven of Wands. This is a bit of maybe an overwhelmed kind of feeling or position that you might be in. You might feel like a lot is coming at you. You may feel like, oh my gosh, it's already June this year. Like, how is time flying by so fast? It just seems to me like you're like, wait, pause, wait a minute, slow down. And your challenge here is the Two of Swords, which is a card of confusion and maybe feeling a little bit unsure, uneasy of how you'll move forward. Now we will take a look at clarifications, so that could show us a lot with that card. In your needed focus area is the Queen of Wands. So this is about really getting comfortable and identifying with your inner fire, what your passion is, what ignites you. And it's interesting because you're such a good worker, a hard worker. You have such great ethic when it comes to work, but you may not be focused on what you love to do or have enough of that in your life at this time. And I'm wondering if that Seven of Wands doesn't have to do with you feeling like maybe a little bit like, oh, I'm running out of time with things. Some of you may feel like that. In the past, you're leaving behind the Three of Pentacles. So potentially some sort of collaboration, some sort of partnership that at one point was helpful to you, but maybe you and the other person kind of outgrew the situation. You could also be leaving behind a job. So this could be you really feeling that fire and feeling that spark to go do something differently. In your strength, and this is particularly interesting, Capricorn, you have the Tower in your strength. So there may be something quite unexpected or quite life-altering that actually is helping you here. All right. Now, towers can come in all kinds of forms, but they usually leave us feeling like we're free falling. They're usually leaving us like everything gets uprooted and changed and it will never be the same. But it could also represent a breaking down of certain types of energies as well in your life. So we'll get clarifiers. I can't wait to clarify that. Very interesting strength. In the future, Capricorn, you get the Queen of Swords. I love this. In the focus area, we have the Queen of Wands, and in the future, we have the Queen of Swords. So these are more subtle energies of these suits. The more subtle mastery of fire and air, and I've seen this fire and air combo for some of the other signs. So it's very interesting that so far, I mean, we do have a little bit of your element coming in here, but so far in these kind of predominant energies that are coming up for you, you've got knowledge, wisdom, passion, and a deep desire to embody those in your life. And I feel like in some ways, like maybe you're just starting out. Maybe some of you are feeling like, oh, I'm late to the game. I'm too old. I feel a little bit of that kind of coming in. Like, am I behind the mark on this? But I don't feel that you are. I feel it's coming in a beautiful way for you at a great time. In your advice and support, you have the Knight of Pentacles. This is you saying, here I am. I've got this earthy energy. I'm very good at strategizing. I'm very good at planning. This is the kind of energy of like a general, of like who is able to avoid a battle. They don't even have to fight, because they do, you know, such a good job of like planning and scoping out the whole entire situation. It really is giving me the sense of you're seeing the forest through the trees here. You're not, you do have some confusion over you right now, but in your advice and support, and maybe that's it. Maybe you need to rise up above some of what you're dealing with to try to get a different vantage point. We will see. In your environment, you get the Devil card. This is you showing up in your own environment. Now, I know Capricorns probably get a little pissed off that the Devil card is connected to them in the tarot, but it can mean a wonderful success over having proper accountability and control in your life. It can be a card that represents being able to overcome problems and addictions. And it's there to remind us of very, very important things in life and the things that we have to do that are the real work. So you're either inspiring yourself by your own nature to do some really good work upon yourself, some transformative work, or you could be inspiring this in others, Capricorn, or both, which is really, really good. In the hopes and fears, you get the Queen of Pentacles. You have another Queen. So again, these subtle energies. I'm not seeing a lot of kings yet here, so I'm not seeing a lot of action. These are very subtle energies. These are more of receptive energies where you're receiving these cues. Again, your fear is, am I going too slow? Because you're feeling the fire and you're feeling the air element too. And you're like, oh, am I just too slow? Do I not move fast enough? Will I miss my opportunity? Kind of the FOMO feeling, you know, like, or what's it called? Is it, yeah, like where you feel like you're going to miss out, fear of missing out, I guess is what that is. That's what it seems like. But you're also hoping, I hope I'm enough. I hope that I can move forward in my natural way and that be okay. And in the potential outcome, you get the Five of Swords. So there is a sense of failure here, Cappy. And I don't know if it comes through like the fears or the environment, or maybe it's just a fear of, or it's just a feeling of being battle worn, being worn out by the battles, because I see you wanting to avoid that kind of energy here in your reading. Let's clarify. Let's clarify and see how the story deepens here. Let's look at this Seven of Wands for you. So again, you know, here you are, you're resilient. I feel like you have a grasp on things, but a lot of things are coming at you. It's clarified. Here we get our king. We get our King of Pentacles, and that's you, Capricorn. And we get the Page of Wands. So this is you getting comfortable with the fire element, maybe through some challenges that have been thrown your way. But what it's really enabling you to do is to look at how and when you need to take certain actions, or maybe when you need to speed things up or state your truth in a more passionate way. You're definitely here learning, and I feel like I do also get an energy of you're open to being the perpetual student here, and you're very open to learning how to transform energies in particular, which is really cool. Energy work might be valuable to you, whether you're receiving it or you're being trained in the arts of energy work or energy healing. Ooh. Sticky energy with this Two of Swords, but it's clarified by the Nine of Cups and the Star. Oh boy. Wow, Cappy, this is really potent energy. This challenge for you, this challenge of this place where you feel confused and you feel like things aren't super clear maybe to you, actually looks like maybe your focus is in the wrong area and you're not focusing on what you've built in your life through acts of love. It really feels to me through acts of love that you've actually done in life by focusing, by removing the blinders and having a look at that, and actually being delighted with yourself about that with this star energy coming in. Look what I've accomplished. Look what I've done. I think there's a whole lot of looking at all the hard work there still is to do, or all the hard work you put into something that wasn't rewarding. And you might be missing the ways that you actually created fulfilling things in your life, whether it be with children, whether it be with art, whether it be with a hobby, ancestral healing. It could go deeper like that for you. And I think the challenge here is for you to refocus. Now, in your needed focus, yes, here it is again, the Two of Swords and the Page of Cups. Putting a little love into things. So again, your challenge and what you need to focus on, instead of focusing on the confusion or not seeing the path, it's time to do an inventory and run an inventory on how you have presented love, how you have been loving to yourself, how you have been loving to others, how you have poured love into some of your passions and some of your accomplishments of the past. By bringing those up to the top of your focus areas, that's going to help you move through this confusing challenge energy that I'm seeing here. And it probably comes from some sort of past wounding, but we'll see. I think the story is still unfolding here. We've got that Tower in your strength too. Let's look at the past. You're leaving behind maybe a job, maybe a person. It's the Three of Pentacles clarified by the Strength card and the King of Wands. So this could have been a love situation. It could already be over. For some of you, I feel like it maybe even is long done. So you're looking at something, but it had a serious impact on your life. It took up a lot of time in your life, okay? And so there may be some things to resolve with that person. And also this could be, for others of you, this could be resolving the almost being pissed off with yourself about staying in a work situation that wasn't good for you for too long. Okay. So you're kind of, there's a little bit of like being hard on yourself because you recognize that it wasn't healthy for you, but you didn't get out in a time frame that you think you should have gotten out, you know? And so leaving this behind, not just the actual job or the actual person that was significant in your life, it takes a lot of your strength. But remember, your strength's in this Tower here, which is really interesting because it feels like a total release. It feels like, you know how sometimes you can get really caught up in confusion, and when you just finally say, oh, I'm confused. Oh, well, and you kind of resign to being in that state, that's when everything starts moving. And it almost seems like, to me, this Tower to me feels like, for those of you who've seen Doctor Strange, if you haven't, you know, go check it out. I'm sure it's on Disney Plus or whatever. In Doctor Strange, they like can change the environment, and they kind of have this mirror reality where they train and do different things. And it's kind of like that. This Tower, it's like when you surrender to like, okay, yeah, I've been confused, but guess what? I'm going to look at all my accomplishments. I'm going to look and, you know, yeah, it took a big portion of my life, this person, this job, this situation, maybe something in the family, whatever it was, whatever you spent a lot of time putting your energy into, you're going to send that love. You send yourself love through that. And that's going to release that confusion. And then the reality can start changing around you. And I see it like really shape-shifting and clicking into place really quickly with this Tower. And this Tower is clarified by the Knight of Swords and the Nine of Wands. Yeah. The Knight of Swords is a quick-moving, swift, decisive kind of energy. So once you decide to release this confusion and this focus on being confused, or this focus on not knowing, when you just surrender into that, that's when things are going to move swiftly. Now, you may feel a bit beat up by this whole entire process, because I feel like this is wrapped into like significant areas of your life, and especially significant time spent for some of you. And you may need a little bit of rest. You may need to kind of step away from the battle, but you can keep your fire burning. I almost get you like go to the, you go to like the nurse's tent and you just recover for a bit. You might need a bit of time because things are going to be shifting really quickly, and it's okay to go and get your wounds bandaged and, give yourself a little TLC in this whole process, because it's quite transformative. In the future, you have that Queen of Swords, a very, subtle determination, maybe coming out with in ways that are unexpected even to you, a part of you that comes out in an unexpected way. It's clarified by the Two of Cups and the Four of Swords. So this is beautiful because I see healing relationships, healing partnerships, and healing connections, or connections that are healed coming in for you. And I also see you feeling very good about that, but also like mentally, it's very refreshing to you. It's very refreshing to you to be attracting in these newer healed energies. So this would be friendships, partnerships, could be romantic for some of you, where you're coming together on like this level of where we have done a certain amount of healing. We recognize that healing is an ongoing process, and we're committed to that together and individually. I really love that energy. It's beautiful energy. Okay, in the advice and support section, you get the Knight of Pentacles. This is you showing up as yourself, bringing your strength to the table. It's clarified by the Lovers and the King of Cups. Notice more kings are coming in. It's not the king of the past. This is the water king here. So you had a fire king in the past, Cappy, and now we've got a water king. So we've got, we've got the love coming in. We've got the love coming in. We've got, even though I don't see the Temperance card yet, we've got Temperance coming in, and it's actually like pulling grace over the situation and over your experience for the month of June. For the Knight of Pentacles, you get the Lovers and the King of Cups. I love this. This is beautiful partnership energy. For those of you in a relationship that's, maybe it's been through something, and maybe, the two of you came out all the better through the hard times. This is an acknowledgement of that, and to lean into that support and lean into that love. For others of you, it's the advice of what you're to manifest for yourself is this loving, balanced partnership where, guess what, Cappy, you really get to be yourself. You get to put your best foot forward, because I don't feel like you got to do that in that past situation. And if it is a work environment that you're going into, I know they don't encourage that in the office, but there could be romance. Maybe you're starting a company with someone. I don't know. It could be something like that. It could be totally okay. Maybe you're going into business with your partner, or you two have been planning something for a while. In your environment, again, you are showing up with the Devil card. It's Capricorn energy. And in comes Temperance and the Three of Wands. Okay, so if there has been, Cappy, any tendency to control things in the past, even, another person or their problems or whatever, children, etc., you are really being asked to embody temperance and to maybe even take a little bit of a break from the fires of transformation for a bit. Not that you won't be transforming, but you do get the Three of Wands here. It's more of a planning and an assessment kind of card. And you're not, maybe your home space or your workspace isn't quite where you want it to be, but you're going to be able to bring in yourself, and you're being encouraged to do that in a balanced way where you're not really doing it in a controlling type of way, right? We want to release control, because remember, our strength is the tower, and that's everything. It's just a total, there's no choice but to surrender. There's no choice. There's nowhere to go but free fall and go down, right? And we go down to come back up again. So, you know, these are some strong energies, but also because the Devil card is connected to Capricorn, these are natural energies, and you have the tendency to really be able to handle such things, whereas others would maybe struggle a little bit more, falling in and slipping into some bad addictions or bad habits. For you, I just feel like it's about letting go, control, and letting the universe take up some space in the natural flow of things. And that's good for your relationships too, whether they're energetic or they've already come down in the physical and are active. In your hopes and fears, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Again, you know, feel like your energy is showing up again, but maybe being afraid it's a little too late. You get the Sun and the Four of Wands. That is the happiest card in the deck, and a beautiful energy of stability, and another lovely way to work with the fire that isn't so, you know, pushy. This isn't pushing through. This isn't bulldozing. And I know you all are the earth magicians and you can do all of that. This is working with energy in a different way. And I see this happening for a lot of the signs in June. They're being challenged to work with energy in a different way. And there might be some benefit for you to relax yourself by, you know, making sure you're getting plenty of vitamin D. Do some safe, you know, sunrise, sunset, sun gazing kind of things. Always talk to your optometrist, your ophthalmologist about that. Make sure you protect yourself. However, you know, really building your relationship with the sun, the solar flares could really be impacting you more than you're realizing, and kind of, you know, helping with the movement through these more subtle transformative energies. But you're not too late. I know that's what you fear, but it's actually happiness and stability coming in. And you're not too late. There's a beautiful peacock in this picture too. So for some of you, that might be a nice animal guide to work with, the peacock. In the potential outcome over the Five of Swords, we get the Six of Wands and the Devil. And I feel like this is your celebration over these energies, over conquering these energies of confusion, over by surrendering to them, by bringing love into these situations, by allowing the tower to collapse, right? Sometimes it's just about getting out of the way and allowing it to collapse, and knowing that you are fully capable of moving forward in the ways that you want to, with who you want to, while still having you. Like your own natural self is coming through here. And you are much more comfortable now, or at least you will be by the end of June, with knowing how to honor and be yourself, but also ensure that you are able to let things flow without having a hard grasp on things, okay? This is about releasing the grasp. This is about allowing the flow to happen here. And there's an element of trust here, where you do have to surrender into trusting yourself, your greater being, and the universe. So that can be challenging at times. But I see you all throughout the reading with yourself. You're not abandoning yourself. I got no energy of abandonment here, which is beautiful. I didn't even get that in the fears. I got more stability. So that's cool. Very cool. Capricorn, let's pull a card for the Cappy Collective from the Herbcrafters Tarot. Capricorn, you got the Fool, Dandelion. The world is full of adventure, open to what you have never known before. Like the dandelion seeds that float freely in all directions, trust the changing winds as you embark on a new journey. The bright yellow flowers are bold and lively. Be as audacious and spirited in your explorations. Often thought of as a weed, dandelion is an inviting first medicine for the new herbalist. Keep your mind open. Be willing to experience life as a beginner. Be a pioneer. I love this, Capricorn. And dandelion, if it's accessible to you, make sure you know that it's correctly sourced. You can make lovely vinegars, you can make tea, you can make tinctures. It is really a nice herb. So maybe check with an herbalist, a master herbalist, and see if dandelion might not be helpful to you. I also see in this picture a medicine pouch. And so I'd just like to say to you, you carry your own medicine with you. And you are one of the signs that does help pioneer things. You do so in a very grounded and earthy way, to the point where maybe people don't always recognize that, Capricorn, because they just see you as like some hard worker. They don't realize what you're actually doing. But because you are connected in with those energies of the earth and of the comfortability that you have with grinding through and pushing through, it actually paves the way for so many others, and they may not even realize how important it is and how valuable it is to have your energy in their life. So keep that in mind for yourself, because that's part of your worth, that's part of your value, and that's part of what I'm feeling is really trying to be recognized here. Capricorn, thank you so much for joining. It has been an amazing reading, and I will see you next time.